All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming live from our Joburg office. Good morning and welcome back to the opening bell with myself, Tshepo and Ashley. And this is brought to you by TD Markets and TD Markets Academy every Mondays to Fridays at 9, streaming live on YouTube. I hope everyone is having a good day so far this morning. All right. And today it is the CPI day. All right. So we will be live on YouTube at 2 p.m. to look at the US CPI, talk a little bit about the US CPI, look at the figures and discuss how it could impact the markets. All right. So set the reminder this afternoon at 2 p.m. the US CPI live. You can just set the reminder on YouTube, TD Markets on YouTube. Go under the live sessions, look at the upcoming live sessions. You will see the CPI session. All right. Maybe turn on the notification bell so that you get reminded whenever we have a live stream. All right. So we're pretty excited about the CPI. Make sure you join. Make sure you call a friend. You share this with a friend. And yeah, let's have a good one. All right. So yeah, so there's the CPI. Don't forget 2 p.m. this afternoon. This morning, guys, in the opening bell, we are still on the cryptos. All right. There is a lot of opportunities we are seeing on the crypto. Therefore, we are still looking at the cryptos. All right. The reason for this is because there's a lot of corporate interest in cryptocurrency. All right. A lot of corporates are now, right now they are just investing more and more and more and more towards the crypto, right? As an entity, as a company, of course. That's why we have the treasuries, your Bitcoin treasury, your Ethereum treasury, your Dogecoin treasury, and more treasuries are coming. This is simply entities who are buying and holding these cryptos for financial gains, for their investment strategies. There's a whole lot of reasons why an entity or a corporation can buy and hold crypto. All right. So that's why we've been seeing prices surge in cryptocurrency. Right. So now this is also benefiting the altcoins. Altcoins, what do we mean by altcoins? Altcoins is all the other cryptocurrency except Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is the first one that got popular, and then Bitcoin gave birth to the other cryptos. So all the other cryptos besides Bitcoin are referred to as alternative coins, altcoins. All right. So this corporate interest is also boosting the price of altcoins, because now you have what we call inflows or ETF inflows, right? ETF inflows, meaning that there's a lot of investment into the crypto ETFs. Like you've got Bitcoin ETF, which is called Bitwise. You've got Ethereum ETF, you've got Cardano ETF, you've got Solana ETF. The Cardano ETF is called Grayscale. So these are ETFs that are traded on an exchange, right? On a stock exchange, right? So just like how you would do with your stocks, that ETF is traded there. Now it's simply a basket of assets, right? So when you talk about Bitcoin ETF, we are talking about an ETF that is also tracking the price of Bitcoin. So whenever there's inflows within that ETF, it tends to boost the price of Bitcoin. So do you see how we can combine the two? You've got an ETF, you've got Bitcoin, a Bitcoin ETF and Bitcoin, right? So whenever there's inflows into the Bitcoin ETF, that will directly impact the price of Bitcoin. So that is basically what's happening around the world with the cryptos right now. And we foresee a strong end to 2025 with the cryptos, right? I mean, in the beginning of the year, I think we might have had sessions where we told you that this is going to be an altcoin season, right? Altcoins are going to start moving. You guys must prepare for that. And we are seeing that. We're seeing that, right? So, so it's very interesting. It's very interesting what's happening in the crypto space. It's really, really interesting, right? So it's important to diversify your portfolio. We can have a look at the stocks. We can have a look at the currencies, the commodities, gold, and so forth. I know many of you guys like gold, right? Many of you guys like GBP USD. We can have a look at those, right? And also combining it with the crypto. So in this session, we're just going to do an overview of the cryptos we've been talking about, right? In the past 2 weeks, which includes Bitcoin, We're going to have a look at Bitcoin. We're going to leave Ethereum for now because nothing is happening. We're going to have a look at Cardano, Solana, Tron, Dogecoin, Avalanche. All right, because that's where the movements are taking place at the moment. So going to Bitcoin, starting with the father of cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin. All right. So earlier on this week, we mentioned that this zone looks likely to be broken. All right. On a Monday, when you spoke about Bitcoin, we said that this zone looks likely to be broken. And now the market is broken towards the upside. All right. So definitely there's a lot of bullish momentum at the moment on the crypto. All right. In our advanced sessions, I know that some of our guys took buy positions on Bitcoin because we've been talking about a buy on Bitcoin. All right. So whenever we look at Bitcoin, we look at this in terms of in line with the institutions. That's how we look at the cryptos. We don't look at the cryptos in line with retail traders. No, we look at this in line with institutions because institutions are not interested in selling. They are interested in buying crypto. So we are taking that thought process, we apply it, and then we analyze. All right. So Bitcoin, it has pushed towards the upside. Now this price action, it's giving us this possibility, right? This price action is giving us this possibility where we could see a correction, a retest, and a continuation towards the upside. All right. This is the possibility. At the same time, we might see Bitcoin just flying towards the upside. So great opportunities, right? At first, at the moment, we're anticipating price to reach $117,400, right? That's what we're anticipating. At the moment, it's on $114,000. We're anticipating $117,000 as our target on Bitcoin. So let's keep an eye. Let's see what's going to happen this week and next week. All right. Ethereum, there's nothing. We're just gonna put this on the side. All right. So Ethereum, anybody looking at Ethereum, it is still consolidating. We're not gonna do anything here until we get a proper structure and trend. So we're gonna leave this one for next week. Okay. And then we're gonna go to Cardano. Cardano has moved, not much, but has moved. When you spoke about this, the market had gone up about 4%. Now today it has gone up about 8%, right? But the price action is clear. According to this price action, we are bullish. We remain bullish. So Cardano, nothing has changed. Direction is still the same that we're looking for. And then you've got Solana, where it has pushed. It has broken past this zone. The last time we spoke about this, guys, Solana, it was trading below this area, right? It was right here. And then we said this thing, according to what we see here, we are going up, right? We are going up, and therefore we have rallied over 10% so far. So that is Solana, right? So from here on, we're anticipating price to push towards the upside according to the price action we're seeing at the moment. So this is how price is trading right now. It's trading within this channel. It is very bullish. It is very bullish. All right. And then you've got Dogecoin. Dogecoin, when you spoke about this on Monday, Dogecoin had gone up. It had gone up about 7%, right, on Monday. And today it has gone up about 16%. So we mentioned that we are most likely going to break this trend line. And then from there, we're anticipating price to shoot up, right? So we just need to break this zone now. Once we break this zone, then we're going to see a very aggressive push towards the upside. So nothing has changed on Cardano. We're anticipating price to reach this that zone there, 0.2873, before price changes, right? We're anticipating price to move there. And then you've got your Tron and Avalanche. Yesterday we spoke about Tron. Nice, beautiful setup on Tron all the way there, right? We were anticipating price to reach this high, and the market just flew towards the upside. But this was a beautiful setup, right? Anybody who saw this, you see there was a beautiful setup. So Tron, what are we seeing now on Tron? Well, it is now on this structure, right? In fact, it is headed towards this structure here. You see this previous structure we had on the left hand side. This is where we see Tron going, right? So we're gonna wait for it to get there, and then we'll talk more about this one once it reaches there. So we might get a correction before we go up, right? There might be a correction before we go up. So yeah, so we're anticipating price to go back and tap this neckline, and then we'll come back and talk more about this. And then you've got your avalanche as well. Avalanche, yesterday we spoke about price reaching that 50, a break above this pattern, a continuation, reach the 50. That's where we are right now. So at this point, nothing to mention on avalanche except just waiting for the week to close. This is this week's candlestick. We've got this week's candlestick. So we want to wait for this candle to close to see what we can expect next week. All right. So as you guys can see, the cryptos are moving. It's all a matter of finding the one that presents a good opportunity for you, that presents a formation that you can recognize. All right. The ones I've picked right now are the ones that I can recognize the formation, but there's a whole lot of coins that you can trade, right? If you go to our platform, we still have Shiba, we still have Algorand, we still have Litecoin, we still have Stellar, we've got Wave, we've got a whole lot of coins that you can trade, right? EOS, ApeCoin, Dash, IOTA. So you guys can just have a look at that. But it's important that you identify the ones that gives you the best opportunity in terms of the formation, right? If you come across the one that is not giving you what you anticipate, leave it on the side. Like for now, Ethereum, if you take a look at Ethereum, it's not doing what we know, right? It's not giving us what we know. So we're not going to force anything. You see how simple this chart looks. We're not going to force anything. We're just recognizing what's happening. We wait. We create trade ideas along the way, and then we wait. Then we wait for the market to confirm those trade ideas, right? Like for instance, a trade idea would be a break above this. We will then look for a retest and a continuation. That is a trade idea, right? The market has not done this. So we've got this trade idea. We're going to wait for the market to confirm this trade idea for it to turn into a trade. You see how it is. But for now, we're not doing anything. We're not forcing anything. We just leave it as it is. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, opportunities on the crypto. Have a look at the cryptos. Don't sleep on the cryptos. And yeah, we'll talk more about this on the upcoming sessions. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is where we're going to end it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you guys at 2 p.m. on YouTube. Have a good one. Enjoy yourself. Good luck and cheers.